We are live back on the show. Mind Maxing. I'm here with the Gen Zer to discuss a high value target, the downfall of P. Diddy, man. Tell them about it.
Hey guys, it's the Gen Zer, and today we're just gonna talk about what can happen when guys are on their P's and Q's and you're trying to date as a high value man, but you end up being a high value target.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to talk about Diddy, talk about other guys that try to level up in the game only for them to get to the top and to become praise. And then when they think they're running the show, really, they're
Yeah.
being set up for millions of dollars. You know what I mean? And do you want to get started?
Yeah, let's get started. Let's jump right into it. Let's not beat around the bush. So today we're gonna talk about Diddy, right? So what's the new development
So
in the case with
apparently,
Diddy?
when was it? A couple of days ago, Diddy's former girlfriend, she his girlfriend or ex girlfriend or his ex wife?
His ex-girlfriend during the
I heard
2000s.
some people were saying ex wife. No, I don't think they were married. But
No, they weren't
anyway,
married.
they were not.
They were not married.
Yeah. Okay. So she came out with some pretty crazy allegations and a lawsuit saying my boy Diddy was abusing, getting her to do all kinds of freaky shit, drugs involved, alcohol, getting her to smash other dudes while Diddy was watching.
Male escorts,
He called
apparently.
that a freak off. A
A
freak
freak off.
off. You know what I'm saying? That boy wild though. Anyway, she was like, I need some
Allegedly. We
alleged.
know how you moved it.
No, yeah,
Allegedly.
she was like, I need some money. She was like, I need some money in the process. You're gonna have to pay up. And then next thing you know, I heard he paid like what $30 million, something like that, to settle the case quickly. That boy wasn't wasting no time, man. Do you think he was set up? Do you think this was something that she knew she was gonna do as soon as he broke up with her? She was like, "You can't just use me and ditch me like that." Do you think it was set up?
Well, immediately after he broke up with her, I don't think she knew that she had the option to essentially try to go after him monetarily like that because she didn't do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that especially after this era of Me Too, a lot of women started to come out and a lot of money started to be earned from
Yeah.
those allegations, similar to that. And I think she saw an opportunity. She probably was at a stage in life where things weren't going her way financially. So listen, she made those allegations, she
Mm-hmm.
filed that complaint, and Diddy settled. Apparently, Diddy didn't want to have this case litigated out in the court of public opinion and in the actual justice court system. So he said, you know what? Let me just pay some money and it could
Mm-hmm.
go away. And when you're a billionaire like Diddy, you can afford to pay whatever the settlement amount was. You said it was around 30
I
million.
heard it was 30 mil. I heard DJ Academic said it was about 30 mil, something like that.
Well, he can afford that and he can afford this headache to go away. But I honestly, it doesn't matter whether she thought of it now or thought of it 20 years before, when she was dating Diddy. All that matters is that Diddy, who is a man of means, who would be what would be considered universally a high value man,
Mm-hmm.
got taken to the cleaners. And although 30 million is chump change
It's
for
thirty
Diddy,
million dollars, man.
it's chump change for Diddy though. Like Diddy can afford, well, $30 million is $30 million, but Diddy can't afford it. It
Mm-hmm.
still serves as a lesson for us regular guys because guess what? If your girlfriend comes back to bite you in the ass with some false allegation, you're not gonna have 30 million to give to her. Hell, you probably won't even have 30,000 to give to her. And you have to be careful
Definitely
how you
not.
move.
For sure, man. Like my God, well, from what I heard, she couldn't really come out 5 years ago because he made her sign like
An NDA?
yeah, made her sign an NDA, so she couldn't come out and talk about anything that happened privately. But I heard the NDA expired this year, so they prepared the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like she was ready to go.
Wow.
She was like, "Okay, I can't talk about it. All right, I'll see you in 5 years then." You know what I mean? And Diddy, I think Diddy broke up with her, and she didn't get any money out of it
Right.
because they were not married. So she's kind of like, we break up. You don't get the lifestyle anymore. You know what I'm saying? You don't get the lifestyle. You don't get alimony. They didn't have kids, so no child support. Diddy basically just ran that game on her. She was like, I'm still gonna get some money though.
You know, a lot of guys love to bask in things which are free, right? A lot of guys love free things. You see, I read a quote the other day which says that the only free cheese comes in a mouse trap. You see, Diddy thought, hey, I'm just gonna have fun with this girl here. We're gonna have our freak offs, allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
allegedly. And once I'm done with her, I can just discard her any way I please and I can just move on because I'm that guy. What he
Yeah.
failed to understand is that in today's modern era, you can't just do that. You will pay somehow. You'll pay either with money,
Mm-hmm.
you'll pay with your life, or you'll pay with your reputation. Either way, there's going to be a way which you pay. Your attention,
Word.
you got to find a way to pay. And Diddy, he's paying with his reputation as of now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he's been getting heavily criticized on social media, bro. People are saying, "Oh, we've known that Diddy's a bad guy. He's been around forever." Kanye called him a Fed. You know what I'm saying? People have been saying crazy things like the reason why he's still around is because he's working with the Feds and he's all kinds of crazy things. But the fact that he just paid 30 million and settled the case got me thinking, like, does he just want to put an end to it and move on, or was he afraid of something coming out? I really think it's the former. I think he just wanted it to go away, you know what I mean, and not have to worry about it. Just pay 30 million and be like, you know what, forget about it. I'll just give her the money and move on. That's what I think.
And I think it's the latter. The reason I think it's the latter is because,
You think
well,
that boy hiding some things, man?
I don't think he's hiding anything, but well, I think there are certain things he doesn't want to come out to the public. He
Yeah.
doesn't want certain information to be, exposed to the public via the discovery process during the case, right?
Right.
Because imagine during the discovery process, they probably have to call the alleged former male escorts he had hired for her. Imagine if they come up, oh, they're deposed, right? They can't lie under oath, and they start spilling the beans, or other things of that nature. Diddy doesn't want people to be digging around his closet and finding various facts about his personal life, which his ex girlfriend would have a lot of access to, right?
Right.
and
Yeah.
and also you got to think about it from a wealthy person's perspective. Which do you think is less? Diddy, if Diddy was actually wasn't, I guess, not afraid, but if he wasn't bothered by having private information from his private life come out, don't you think he would have just said, okay, I'd rather give my lawyers 30 million?
Mm-hmm.
And he would have probably paid his lawyers less if they were to just continue the case, keep on filing motion after motion, keep on extending the case. He would have paid them way less than 30 mil. It's because, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he wanted to get it over with, but guess what? Diddy probably has some information that he doesn't want to get revealed in the discovery process, so he might as well just get it over with at that
I
point.
see what you're saying. I mean, I really think like there's really nothing. I mean, she said all kinds of crazy shit in
Yeah.
the lawsuit. I don't know. Maybe there's some tapes. I probably don't. I don't think she has any actual evidence that she was gonna use. You know
Uh,
what I mean? I think he just wanted to get it over with. Like, let's just move on. Let me pay her, or maybe she did. You never know. Maybe she had something that he didn't want to expose, like you said.
right.
You
And
know what I mean? Like,
and he doesn't have, and I highly doubt that all of her allegations were truthful. I'm pretty sure a lot were embellished or even flat out lies.
mm-hmm.
But I do think, maybe if even one of her allegations was truthful, Diddy doesn't want the details to come out to the public. He
Right.
wants to keep his private life private as best as he can.
Yeah, and that's what happens when, as a guy, you level up and you think, oh, I become high value now. So I'm just going to take advantage and just run through and just use my options. But the thing is, the more women you deal with, the more likely it is that one of them is going to try to
Right?
set you up for money, set you up to bring you down, try to take advantage. Like, you really don't know, like, you really don't know who it's gonna be. So you have to maintain some type of discipline and act as if you didn't even have those options. You see what I'm saying? So, okay,
Right.
now all of a sudden you have 100 women that you can mess with. You need to act like it was day one, like you know what I mean, like you didn't have those options. I'm not saying monk mode or anything like that, but still be super careful and be like, the only reason they're here is because I have money now. It's because I leveled up. You know what I mean? You
Right.
have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, and my best advice to guys who find themselves in that position would be to get it out of your system as soon as you can, as early as possible. Because to be honest with you, most guys will always put, the box on an elevated pedestal
You know what I'm
and
saying?
access to box on a high pedestal because they've never most guys will never really get that level of abundance. So to the few guys who've achieved it through sheer hard work, once they get to that stage, they're gonna go bonkers. They're gonna go crazy. And it makes sense. It's only human nature, right? Imagine kids, if when you were a kid, you wanted candy, but you couldn't get candy. And then all of a sudden you get access to a candy store. You're gonna go crazy and eat everything you never had a chance to.
Right, yeah.
But after a while, you're supposed to settle down and just say, okay, you're gonna calm down. You know what it's like now, so you don't have that what if factor or that what if question in the back of your mind. Most guys, listen, get it out of your system as early as possible, and try to do it in a way where you can protect yourself. You got to protect your neck
Yeah.
at all times because it's an evil world we live in.
I mean, if we're talking about guys who leveled up kind of, not late, but kind of a little bit in their later years, I wouldn't say just go ahead and get it out of your system. I would say just control yourself, right? Because you see, the thing is, you never really get it out of your system, right? Guys, all of a sudden, they have options. They're gonna try to take advantage. It's not like, oh, let me get it out of my system. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's how it works. I think it's kind of like just try to control yourself every single time you get like the that temptation, and you're like, oh man, I need to do something right now. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, though. I mean, to control yourself, it's easier said than done once you're presented with that sort of abundance.
Hmm.
Think about Diddy in his teens. I don't think he had the options which he had later in his 20s when he became a
Oh, Diddy been had options, man,
well,
since the '90s, bro.
I'm not well, the 90s, that's when he was in his 20s, right? But let's say when he was in his teens before he was that world famous producer, even if he had some options, he didn't have the options he had during the days when he was running with Biggie, right? However, we have to think about it from this perspective. Guys who come into options are not like guys who've always had options. You see, if you're a Chad and you're talking to him about getting plenty of girls, he's just going to be like, okay, that's a normal day for him. He
Hmm.
might get a lot of women and it comes naturally to him. But for a guy who had to build himself into that, it's going to, it's going to be a little harder to have that self control initially. I'm not saying they should not develop that self control. If you are going into indulge, though, I would say indulge as soon as you can and as fast as you can so that you can be past that phase and
Yeah, but when
concentrate
you're
on your
trying to do it
purpose.
as fast as you can, that's when you end up making those mistakes. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah,
like, oh, let me just go ahead and get it done, and then pop, 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 and then you know what I mean. You're not thinking about it. You're not taking precautions, and that's when you end up making mistakes. You know what I mean?
that's right. That's right. But here's the thing. Are we just going to tell guys, hey, you come into options, don't take advantage of those options? We got to be realistic.
No, I'm just telling guys to practice some kind of self control. You know what I mean? Like
And
you do,
kritia, and kritia, like the Greek said,
yeah, with self control. You know what I mean? Like when you want into that level of abundance, you gotta be like, okay, let me be responsible here. And the thing is, you have time, right? It's not like you just, oh, let me get it out of my system the next 2 months, and then no, you got time. Just make sure that the people you're messing with are not these people who, you know what I mean, like they don't have an agenda, right?
everyone has an agenda, though.
They don't have an agenda where they're trying to set you up. I mean, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, of course, they want something from you, right?
And be sure you provide that to them, right?
No, hell
Well, not
no,
exactly what they want, but
hell no.
be sure you provide them value. Be sure you participate in what in
just
aftercare.
just being around, they're gonna get value. That's the whole point, right? It's like once you level up, people come by to be around you, and that's the value you provide, just them being around, right? But you have to make sure, like, okay, can I trust this person, that person, right? Once you identify, because we're talking about dating, right?
Mhm.
Once you identify a person, you're like, okay, I want to date her. Now the question is, can I trust her? And what's the extent that I'm willing to go? Maybe I just smash and pass, right? Or am I willing to, spend more time with her, take her on dates, right? That's the real question. Some cases you just have to smash and move on, right? Some cases you're like, okay, I like her, I'll spend more time. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, that that's reasonable then.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah,
I'm trying to say.
it's a case by case basis, man. Just if you're going to indulge, make sure that you're not exposing yourself to any issues later on.
Because regardless of which one you do though, you could still get accused. Because Diddy was with her for like what, 10 plus years, like 10 or 11 years. Imagine you've been with someone for 11 years and that person comes out. This is not like, one of a classic Me Too case where it's like, oh, he made me come to his studio and then like he tried to rape me or whatever. No, this was his actual girlfriend for 11 years. That's why this is so crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is not like, who's somebody that got Me Too?
I
Uh,
want to say Johnny Depp, but
Johnny Depp was, yeah,
Bill
Johnny Depp was a
Cosby.
little. Yeah, with Cosby, it was more like, oh, he invited me to his apartment, then he gave me a pill. With Diddy, they were together for 11 years, so it makes it even more,
Strange and bizarre.
yeah, strange the way she came out with those allegations. A freak off, bro.
A freak off.
What was Diddy doing a freak off, bro?
I don't want to
Diddy was
know.
like, oh, go suck his dick. What the fuck?
Allegedly, we gotta say allegedly,
Hey,
man.
allegedly, man.
Allegedly.
Based on a lawsuit, man.
I don't know anything about that. It's what's
Hey,
alleged.
hey, go suck his dick. There's your girlfriend, bro.
Hey
Damn.
man, a freak off's a freak off, man.
That boy was going wild though.
But listen, people will say anything when it comes to make money, so you never know.
She was trying to get the bag though.
She probably
For real.
was.
She got 30 mil. God damn. That's
Yeah,
more. I bet that's more than she ever made.
that's
Her whole career, man.
that's more than 99.99999% of the population ever made.
But I'm talking about she was in the industry.
Yeah. Was she doing anything of notoriety?
She's a singer, bro. She's an artist.
Do you know any song she's put out?
Hell no.
Name me one song she's put out.
Hell no.
Name me one hit she's
But I
had.
don't listen to to female music, bro.
Okay, you don't listen to Lady Gaga, but you can at least know one tune she has, right?
She was in the industry, fam. That's how people know her. She's not just a random girl Diddy was dating, bro.
She doesn't have a hit. Nobody.
She probably does. I just don't remember.
I don't know any hits she's had.
I probably let me look it up real quick.
Like, what's one Cassie song that you're like, okay, okay, I think I've heard that before.
She probably did. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
Me and You. She got a song called Me and You. Bro, you tripping, bro? She has 100 million views, man.
100 million views.
She was signed to Bad Boy Record. She was signed to Bad Boy Record. She got a song called Me and You. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's not a scrub, bro.
100, and she's essentially groveling for money now with these
She
allegations.
not a scrub, man. She been in the game.
So she just mismanaged her funds, or what? Like, what's going on?
She fell off.
It's
She
sad.
fell off.
That's a bit pathetic, in my opinion. If you have your own
She had-
career,
She had a song with Lil Wayne, Official Girl. Do you remember that song? Official Girl. Let me see real quick. Hold on. Let me put the volume down. I don't want to get a strike. She had a song with Lil Wayne. I just want to know what it sounds like the first few seconds. But apparently it was a hit record. Let me see, because I told you I probably know a song. I think I'm ready. Oh yeah.
yeah. That was wasn't necessarily a hit,
That
especially
was it was all over the radio.
it was over the radio. I wouldn't call it a hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So she had a hit record with Wayne, bro.
that's not a hit record, man. That's just a song. She had a song with him. Doesn't
Bro,
mean it's a.
bro, bro. 140 million views, man. That it was all over the radio.
How
I
long
remember that
ago?
song. 14 years ago, man. 14 years ago. That was 08, 09. That's when Diddy bagged her, man. That's when Diddy bagged her. She was signed to a Bad Boy Records.
Either way, man, it's a bit sad that she's coming around for this money grab. I really hope that her allegations are at least mostly true, because if they're not, man, then it's really setting a horrible precedence in our society, man.
She got 30 mil, man. I
Anybody?
mean, her allegations were nothing crazy though. When you really think about it, she's like, "Oh, he drugged me.
No, no.
No,
She
he
said
made
he provided me drugs. He kept me drugged.
yeah,
I
and
was
drugs and alcohol all the time."
I was a teenager, 19-year-old adult, grown adult, but I was a teenager. Oh my God, he exerted control over me. She was an adult. She knew what was good for her and what wasn't.
Diddy was doing his thing, man. But she had to get the bag though.
Hey.
That was the easiest 30 mil she ever made. She never made 30 mil from the music. That's damn near impossible if you only have one hit record. You know what I mean?
She doesn't have any hit records, but she has some songs.
Bro,
which are
she got a
known.
hit record, 170 million views. That's a hit record. What are you talking about?
She has some known songs, man. Let's just put it like
170 million views, no matter how you put it. That's a hit song. You ain't gotta hate, bro.
I'm not hating.
Don't hate, appreciate, nigga.
I'm not hating.
Just because you didn't know her, because you wasn't a fan, but she has fans.
I'm not okay. Apparently, she has fans.
She has fans. She got some fans in the game.
So why doesn't she go on a tour? Even if she can't generate her own tour now, maybe her fan base won't show out. She can partner up with an older artist who has a loyal fan base and tour with them.
She's trying to get the bag, man.
She could tour with Nelly. I think Nelly had a country grammar tour in the past few years. She could tour with him.
Never work with Nelly. Why would she tour with Nelly?
I mean, she could tour. I'm just giving an example, right? He's an older artist. He's gonna have his fans come out and support him. She could find an older artist like that. Hey, you're touring. Can I come on tour with you? Yes, okay, and go on tour like that.
Mm-hmm.
And even if her fans don't show out in huge numbers, she doesn't have to suffer the embarrassment of performing to an empty stadium.
I'm sure she still performs in those shows, but again, this is a bag, bro. Hey. She had to get the bag by any means necessary.
By any means necessary, man. I guess this is the Malcolm X era.
She got the 30 mil. You know what I'm saying?
This is the Malcolm X era.
But yeah, man, like high value targets, the dating marketplace is obviously divided in two now. You got guys like Diddy that they get it so easily that they kind of go crazy. But then the downside with that is if you go too crazy, you get set up afterwards.
Exactly.
It's very easy to get to you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like guys in the moment they forget that it can always come back to hunt them. Think about Andrew Tate, right? He was going crazy, like he thought he was blowing up on YouTube, so he was just like snitching on himself. He didn't realize, oh shit, they can use this against me. Oh no, I'm the man. I can see whatever I want. I'm the biggest guy on YouTube. I'm the toughest guy. He was just talking all kinds of crazy.
The top G. What color is your Bugatti?
He didn't realize, oh, they can actually come after me? Oh yeah, they can come after you, man. And then that's what happened. So when you're on your way up and you're about to, you made it, never forget to exercise restraint, like, because anybody could always be like, you know what, let me go after this guy, make some quick money, make 10 million, whatever. Easiest money they ever made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What lesson can guys get from this?
I just told him, bro. Exercise caution on your way up. And well, again, like I said, if it was me in this situation, once I blow up, I'm like, I don't even want to mess with anybody. Like for me, it's the other way around. It's like, oh, now I'm a high value guy. Oh, now you hoes want to get with me, right? You know what I'm saying? Now that I blew up, I'm a high value dude. Now you want to be friends.
Well, here's the thing with Diddy, you can't fault him because look at it from his perspective, right? He was dating an artist who was signed to his label, who was in his industry, who ran in the same circles as him. So he wasn't necessarily going after a complete stranger or somebody who had no relations to it to himself or his industry. That's someone who he had a previously established relationship with
Yeah.
in another format, and you would think that that would translate to at least a more cohesive relationship, or with somebody who you probably have a better relationship with even if you broke it off. But
Hmm.
as you can see here, guys, our girl Cassie
The
wanted
bag is the bag is the
wanted the
bag,
bag.
man. The
But i'll
bag
say
is the bag, bro.
i'll say one observation I've made about this whole scenario. It's that, man, the dating game is truly distorted because you have a bunch of guys who have an abundance of riches. They have their pick of the litter, right? And most guys won't even come close to experiencing that. Most guys can't even dream of that. I mean, guys, think about it. The dating marketplace has the same Gini coefficient as the wealth distribution of Venezuela and South Africa.
Word.
Do you know how bad that is? That is horrible.
Yeah, it's a pretty hardcore marketplace, man. It's a pretty. We discussed that in the last stream. It's a pretty ruthless marketplace where, like I said, it's divided in two. You got a few guys at the top and everybody else at the bottom.
And even the guys
You know
at
what
the
I'm
top
saying?
aren't safe, as you can see from your guy P Diddy,
Yeah,
Puffy.
yeah, yeah. They saw. It's kind of like when a rich guy gets kidnapped, right? You rich, you getting all the money, but then again, don't forget, people can come after you, right? You get
You're-
kidnapped, you get extorted, blackmailed. That's basically what just happened to homie.
hmm,
Homie basically got extorted. Well, we don't really know what allegedly. We don't know what happened, but he had to pay up
yeah.
30 mil.
All we know is a lawsuit was filed and he just settled
You
out of
use
court.
what? You said South Africa and Venezuela. What
Yeah.
happens in those countries? In those countries, if you're rich, you better pay for security. You better pay like a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
money year round for protection
Oh yeah.
because those guys are out there. It's like a lot of dudes, like I've heard of dudes getting killed by Pookies and Wayways because he was smashing his girlfriend,
Yeah. Look
right?
at look
I've
at
seen a lot of chads get fucked over, man.
I mean, that almost happened to legendary baseball Hall of Famer Big Papi Ortiz in the Dominican.
Oh yeah.
Look at what happened to him. He went out there, he was messing with some guy's wife. He was having
Oh
dinner.
no, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, he was having dinner at a bar, and guess who comes through? And pow, 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 skitty pop, pop, pow, and a boom, 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 boom. And she was Big Papi. Now, thank goodness Big Papi was able to make it. But man, like messing with another guy's wife,
You don't want to do that,
you're
man.
putting your life in jeopardy.
I heard of chads getting stabbed
That's
because they
ridiculous.
got cut at the dude's crib too. It's like these guys don't think, bro.
Yeah, man.
If you're gonna smash a dude's wife and you know she's married, don't do it at her place. Do it at your place, bro.
And you see, that's where self-control comes in, man. Guys think just
Exactly.
because they're getting it, that there's no other issues which accompany it, man. Even if you're getting it for free, she might have a jealous ex-boyfriend, she might have a scorned lover, and once you get caught in the crosshairs, man, you're going to be the victim. You're going to suffer the ramifications of your actions because, listen, the scorned lover is not going to say, "Oh my God, you're with my girl, I feel bad." No, he might pull out that thing and do what he does.
There's a lot of
He
blue
might kill you.
pilled beta males out there, bro, who believe in true love, man.
Oh,
Believe in true love, and the moment they realize, oh, it's not true love, she was cheating on me this whole time. Again, they're not going after her. They're coming after you.
I mean,
Where's the dude who did it?
truth be told, she could love you and cheat on you, but you need her to respect you. If she respects you, she'd never do that. But if she can love you and go out there and be the town bicycle comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
I think that should be a conversation we should have another day, man. Which is more important, love or respect?
Yeah, 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 but I'm saying a lot of blue pill dudes, they believe in the love. You know what I mean? They believe like, oh, she actually loves me.
Or they believe in unconditional love, which is just retarded because unconditional love, it's like Chris Rock said, is for women and children. These guys believe, hey, she loves me because I'm me, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like
and that's where you lose.
you don't want to believe that, man.
That's where you lose.
Don't want to believe that. Straight up, straight up. But my boy Diddy was a high value target. He got guys talking smack on social media saying they've been known Diddy was about that life. People want to see him go to jail, accusing him of killing Tupac. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of things going on for Diddy, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like she chose the right time too. She's like, I need to hit the homie when he's, you know what I mean? Like when people are coming after him for Tupac, she's like, this is the right time.
She opened up a can of worms, and I guess he's just trying to close that can of worms by just paying her off. But the
Homie
damage
just
has
want
already been done now.
paid 30 mil, man. So whatever how much money he was gonna make this year, he had to give her a portion of that. You know what I'm saying? Homie was probably gonna make what, like 100 mil?
A very healthy portion of
A
that on
hundred
that.
mil, something like that. That's how much he usually makes.
And he's a New York resident, right? So he's got to pay some hefty taxes.
Hell yeah. Well, is he a New York resident?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm assuming he might be, he might not be, but
That's what happens to a high value target. But yeah, so from a dating marketplace standpoint, really the message I get from that is in my journey, right? As I try to level up, I know my options are gonna expand, right? But I already know to a certain extent a lot of it's gonna be transactional, right? Most of it is gonna be. I already know that. As you level up your game, right? My social value is going up, network, money, status, and all that. A lot of what's gonna come my way is gonna be transactional. I know that. So I'm positioning myself for that. I'm not thinking like blue pilled, oh, these girls are no, 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 bro. It's transactional,
yeah.
which means I have to always have in the back of my mind this girl can set me up. She's acting friendly right now. She's smiling. Yeah, yeah, I know. She's thinking about it. She's like, okay, I'm gonna hang out with this dude, but you know what I'm saying? She's thinking about setting your ass up.
And
Straight up.
even if of course not all girls are gonna think of setting you up, all it takes is just one. You can
That's the
mess with
thing.
10,000, like you said. Isn't that what you stated that Bendy
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. My boy Benjamin Mendy, man.
Benjamin Mendy, that he, the football player for Manchester City who got accused of the grape.
Yeah, I think it was 20,000. He said somebody said he claimed that he smashed 20,000.
And of course, I'm going out on a limb and saying that's bogus. But we can assume that he smashed a very high number, right? Just based on that claim. I wouldn't buy the 20,000 from him. That's the same claim that what's wait
20,000 ain't no big deal, man.
wait, that's what Will Chamberlain said. Are you sure they didn't say that's what Will Chamberlain said? They were
The
talking about
dude was
Mendy.
saying that as a French dude. He probably don't even know Will Chamberlain, bro. He was
What?
talking about Mendy. He said Mendy claimed that he smashed 20,000.
Okay, Mendy's Will Chamberlain now. Anywho,
It's
either
not
way.
that it's even easier today, bro,
Oh yeah, it's probably for it.
compared to Will Chamberlain's time.
But I mean,
Chamberlain was in LA,
but Will Chamberlain
right?
was a specimen, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's even easier today to get
Of course,
20,000 to catch that amount of baddies because now with social media, those guys they just source on IG.
of course. I agree with that completely. And here's the thing: all it took was just one chick to accuse Wilt Chamberlain of grape. And guess
Will
what happened?
Chamberlain was accused.
I'm sorry, not Wilt Chamberlain,
This
Mendy.
nigga talking about, man.
All it took was one chick to accuse Mendy of grape. And guess what? He had to miss many seasons. He ended up getting kicked off the team, off of Man City. Man City won a Champions League without him.
Boy,
He
fell
couldn't
off, man.
celebrate with his team, although he was one of their best defenders. He worked hard for that. He got left off of the French soccer team, can't play for the team anymore. Now he has
Now he back at Loyal, man.
he's
That was
playing,
the team he started playing for.
man, he's playing for a massive pay cut. Think about the pay cut in salary. How much money was lost? How much generational wealth was lost? All because he wanted some mediocre cooter.
That's the whole point. It's like on your way up, think about how you could fall, bro.
Yeah. And
Think
it
about how
later
you could
turned
fall.
out that during the case that it was all a lie. It wasn't
Yeah.
truthful because if he actually committed the grape, I'm pretty sure the team at Logan wouldn't pick him up. They would have never
No,
picked him up.
he was completely acquitted of it, of everything, bro.
Completely acquitted.
You
But
know what I'm
guess what?
saying?
That stain is on his name.
The court of opinion. That's again. That's why I said Diddy probably just paid the money. But Benjamin Mendy was accused, I think, in a criminal court,
In a
right?
criminal court.
Because in the UK, it's kind of like if you get accused of that, they come after you criminally. I don't think there's any civil bullshit or anything like that.
Well, I mean, they do have civil cases as well, but for Mendy's case, it was a criminal accusation. And
Yeah.
although he was acquitted, guess what? Man City's not gonna come back and say, "Oh,
Nah,
hey,
it's
we're
too late
sorry.
now,
Here's your
bro.
spot." No,
You're
once he's
done.
gone, he's gone. He had that one shot, he blew it. There's 100 guys waiting to take his spot. It's
Done, bro.
next one up,
Yeah.
and that's what you guys have to keep in mind when
There's
you're
levels to it too, yeah.
yeah, when you're messing with these girls out there, listen, if you make a mistake, you slip up, you fall off. If you're an entrepreneur, whether you have your own business or you're working in corporate America or whatever industry you might be in, once you slip up and you have that stain on your reputation,
Mhm.
even if it's alleged and it's not true, guess what? You're done for a lot of people. The first thing that's going to come to their mind when they speak your name is of that false allegation against you. That might be the first thing they think of.
Yeah, and the other thing is there's levels to it too. Mendy was not a mogul, man. If you're a mogul like Diddy, you can afford to lose a few millions
Yeah.
and stay on top. You have some kind of ownership. If you want to look at it from a Marxist standpoint, right? You control the means of production. Diddy control the means of production? He'll pay you some money. He's right back on top. Mendy ain't control the means of production.
And the
He
thing
was
about
making millions, but he was still a worker.
and Diddy's also Diddy's also further in his career than Mendy is in his, right?
Yeah.
Had the allegations come out against Diddy after he retired, I'm sorry, against Mendy after he retired from his football career, maybe, he would have had a much better, you know, chance of actually clearing his name in the court of public opinion while maintaining his wealth. Diddy's already made his wealth.
Yeah, Diddy's a mogul, man. He controlled the means of production. Ben Mendy, unfortunately,
he's a pleb.
He ain't control it.
Yeah, Ben Mendy's just a pleb who plays football. That's all he is.
He ain't control it.
But he thought he was on top of the world. I'm sure he was trying his luck with different chicks.
He was
just sampling all of them.
He was wanting to them. How was both? Think about it after they won the World Cup in 2018, right? And I think that came right after. Did that come in 2020? So literally, like they win the World Cup in 2018.
Yeah.
His popularity goes up even more.
He's
wanting to more horse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then literally, like, was it like 2020? I think was it 2020 or 2021?
Around, I think 2021. I think.
Yeah, probably. Let me look it up real quick. And then boom, lawsuit. Homie was turning up too during the celebration. Remember the World Cup celebration?
Of course, he was happy, and look what happened to him.
Homie was turning up.
Something horrible befell upon him, and this is just a reality.
6 counts of rape. Homeboy was accused of 6 counts of rape. Let me see the date when this took place.
6 counts. And one thing I want to tell you guys, guess what? The accusations, the false accusations, are going to be louder than the voices clearing your name. So the articles which publish.
He was first arrested in November 2020, bro.
Oh wow! So it was
2020, bro.
Yeah, and guess what? That article is still there, right? That article
suspended
is still
by the club in August 2021.
Look at that. That article, which detailed his arrest and when he was suspended by his club.
They're not gonna delete the article.
Of course, but guess what? There's not gonna be a subsequent article clearing his, or there's not going to be as many subsequent articles clearing his names. Those same people who wrote that article, essentially detailing his, his fall from
And
grace,
homie's 28, man.
yeah, those same people will not write an article stating Mendy has been cleared of everything, and clearly he was falsely accused, and this is wrong. They're not gonna say that.
No, they
don't
say
care.
he's cleared of rape.
Uh,
He's cleared of rape, which is, of course, we know that, but he's done.
he's done for.
He ain't going back to no major club.
Never.
And
he's for a footballer. He's young nowadays.
28.
28. That's
he ain't going back to a major club. He's done. He's done with it, bro. Like the way he was accused of, like they really kind of like exaggerated, like six. They made it seem like he was almost like you know how they accuse Weinstein.
Yeah.
It was just basically saying the same thing. Or Weinstein or R. Kelly or Cosby. He was accused at that level. Because there's different levels of Me Too, right? There's like, oh, he kind of put his hands on me. Or in this case, he was like, they made it seem he was going around raping a bunch of women. Great, yo, whatever. And the censorship, Big Brother shit, man. They made it seem like he was, you know what I'm saying? Putting his hands on like at least 6 different. It's like, no, bro. There's levels to it. If it was a basic accusation, he would have had a chance. But this was really blown out of proportions. Straight up. He's a black guy in the UK. Nah, bro. Don't get it twisted, man.
It's sad. It's really sad, but hey, this guy had to experience that to learn his lesson. Let's be wise guys and learn from his lesson.
Don't let it get to your head, man.
A smart man learns from his lessons. A wise man learns from the lessons of others. And
look at my boy Pogba. Pogba would have never been accused of that. He got caught, taking PEDs and shit. Now he's banned. But he would have never been accused of graping these broads. You know what I'm saying?
Say what you want about Pogba. In his personal life, he does exercise enkritia. He does exercise self-control. A lot of players exercise. Look at Messi. Think about if Messi wanted, he could have ran through the entirety of South America, and nobody would have had a problem with that.
Messi don't go to South America, man.
I'm saying he could have had all the broads there, from Brazil all the way to Buenos Aires. He could have had all of them.
You think Brazilian broads gonna mess with Messi? Come on,
he's
man.
Messi, man. He's Messi, bro.
Nah, but he's the adversary, bro.
But listen, he could have had all the women from Argentina. But Messi wasn't really into that lifestyle. He just wanted to play football and build his family. And he exercised self-control. And guess what? Now he's heralded as the greatest player to ever play the game. He has the accolades.
I know about all that.
He has the accolades to prove so. He's widely considered among many football pundits as the greatest. But that's another debate, though. He's in that discussion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the main reasons why he is in that discussion is because his name was never dragged through the mud. There's no false allegations against him. I recall I watched one video of an IG thottie saying she partook in activity with him and that, he wasn't all that in bed. Okay, that's one little harlot who tried to speak ill on his name, but nobody paid her any mind. Nobody paid her any attention. So,
yeah, man, that's how the game goes. You a high value dude, you a high value target. Even my boy Kevin Samuels was a target. Hey. We ain't gonna speak about what happened there, but
R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels, bro.
We ain't gonna speak about what happened on that day with the nurse. You know what I mean? But even the homie was a target.
Yeah,
high value targets.
High value targets.
That's why I don't blame guys who really sort of like take all kinds of extreme measures. Guys buying cameras, putting cameras all over their house. Guys like I don't blame those guys, bro.
When you talk about extreme measures, you know who comes to mind?
Who?
Derek Jeter.
Oh, Derek Jeter.
Do you know about Derek Jeter?
I don't know about him, man.
So Derek Jeter he's a legendary baseball player, and during his career, you know what he did? Whenever he had parties with a bunch of girls, and he'd always have parties where he'd have a bunch of women come through. He had a little bowl, and all of them put their cell phone in the bowl.
Oh yeah, that's not even extreme.
But Jeter was very extreme about it. He said, "Not one cell phone crosses through. As soon as you get out the door, You put your cell phone, your purse, everything down, and then he goes into the room and has fun with them. And that's how he protected himself. He
Dang.
protected himself his whole career. And guess what? We've never heard any stories of Derek Jeter getting Me Too, and we're probably never gonna hear any stories of Derek Jeter getting Me Too
Nah,
because he set the
it's too
tone.
late for that. Too late for that.
I mean, it's never too late.
No,
Look at Bill Cosby. It's never too late.
no. It's not the same thing, man.
No, come on, man.
It's too late for that.
Bro, look at Weinstein. It's never too late.
Nah,
Those guys
those guys were still doing wild things.
Not Bill.
But if you talking about what Jeter was doing back in the days, that's too late for that, man.
Jeter was doing that.
Weinstein was still going up just a few months before he got arrested, bro.
Okay, what about Cosby?
Cosby been accused since the early 2000s.
But there were
His
no
first
criminal
lawsuit was
cases.
2004, dude.
There were no criminal cases.
The first lawsuit was 2004. Jeter had never been accused of anything. They've been after Cosby, bro. They've been going after Cosby.
Jeter won't be accused, but not for the same reasons as Cosby. But definitely, time is not one of the excuses.
It is,
dude. Derek Jeter played in the 2000s.
That's what I'm saying. There's nobody coming after him. There's nobody that was gonna come after him because there's nothing to come after him for.
But what Bill Cosby got convicted for were from like the 70s and the 80s.
No, bro, they've been going after Cosby, dude.
Not criminally. You don't understand what I'm saying.
Don't matter. He's been accused of the same thing since way back. Jeter has never been accused.
He hasn't. But there's still, you talking about as if there's no time. Time still happens.
Who's gonna come after him now? You know what I'm saying?
You're not making sense, bro. You're acting like
who's gonna come after Jeter right now?
There's no time limit for somebody to bring a civil suit.
I'm saying there's nobody who's gonna do it, is what I'm saying.
And I agree with that, but it's not for the reasons you're saying it. You're saying there's,
if they were gonna do it, they would have done it, bro. Years ago.
We could have said the same thing about. Okay, we could have said the same thing about Cosby in the 90s.
No, you don't, because Cosby's been accused.
No, I'm saying in the 90s. You could have said the same thing about him in the 90s.
He's been accused,
and he was accused of doing that since the 70s. Nobody came.
Not since the 70s.
No. Yes, he's look at the record, bro. I read the court cases. He's oldest victim claimed to be abused, I think, in 75.
Well, they've been
so the
going
70s
after
went
Cosby,
by,
dude.
the 80s went by, the 90s went by. Nothing. The earliest case was brought in the 2000s.
Doesn't matter, bro. You're comparing a dude who already had a bad reputation versus a guy who nobody has anything to say about him.
We know Derek Jeter is a party boy. So if an allegation comes out, even if it's false, most of the public will probably think that it's false. But guess what? He does have that reputation as a party animal.
Yes, yeah, he's good. He's chilling. My boy chilling, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, all right. So what we're going to talk about moving forward as far as dating? I mean, you going to keep doing the Gen Z shit?
For Gen Z, I want to do some different concepts. You know, I want to definitely go outside more.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get me a camera and I'll just record more of, my environment. I'll go out, to malls, and I'll go out to social places, to sporting events, concerts, and just provide more commentary while providing more appealing visuals to the audience. Because I really want to take it towards an artistic route, more like an old Sneeko, not current Sneeko, not grifting Sneeko route, but an older Sneeko route. The older videos he used to make back in the day.
What was he making?
He was
I
making.
really know nothing about what he was doing.
Well, I didn't watch him back in the day, but I saw some of his older videos. Like he was making like very artfully conceptual videos where he'd ponder very deep philosophical topics. He tackles super deep philosophical topics, man. He was a completely different,
like what?
Just about existence and humanity and nihilism. And you gotta watch his older catalog was very interesting. Was very introspective.
Low IQ dude. Man.
Oh, now he is, but bro, young Sneeko was very introspective. He was wise beyond the years.
Low IQ, man.
No, I think Sneeko regressed as he got older through the years.
He been low IQ, man. He just He was trying to grift. He made up some bullshit.
Dude, you should have seen his videos when he was like 15 to 18. He was making very good videos, very insightful. But as soon as he started streaming, man, that's when it just went downhill for
He was trying to get the bag. He got the bag.
him.
He got the bag. He made a milli. Anywhere for a million now?
Man.
He made a milli. Bradley Martin took his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Bradley
man.
Martin snatched his girlfriend. It is what it is, man.
What about you, man? What are you gonna do with the Mind Maxing channel? What do we have coming up?
Mind maxing, we're gonna maximize the content, high value, deep level content. We're gonna maximize that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make some more in-field footage, like just me walking around. I think I'm gonna invest a little more in technology. I'm gonna buy those Ray-Ban glasses where you can go outside and get better infield footage, where I don't have to be holding my phone or my camera. Yeah. We're gonna create more content. Probably do more live streams about dope content. Uh, yeah, we're gonna grow this channel. We're gonna get to 1,000 subs. We're gonna get to 1,000 subs quickly.
And guys, hey, subscribe to the Gen Zer. Please help us grow over there at the Gen Zer. I got a lot coming, a lot in the woodwork for you guys, and we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this, and we're gonna go through this together, guys. It's the Gen Zer.
My maxing in the building. My boy Diddy was a high value target, and I'll see you guys later.
Peace.